What's up, everybody? Emerald City Comic Con is coming up very quickly. It's really less than a month away now. And, like other people, of course, I'm thinking about which figures I want to add into my collection. When I did the Funko News video that focused on Emerald City Comic Con for the most part, I did mention some figures that I'm interested in, but I wanted to do like a full wish list video because I have had more time to think about this. And of course, I have like my main wants. I got my maybes. A long shot is in the mix there as well. So I'm going to share this all with you. I do want to be clear up front, though, that this is not about sharing information about ECCC. If you just want information about the convention and the shared exclusives, do make sure that you check out that Funko News video from February 12th. That was just a couple of days ago. That's where I put all the information. So again, if you just want information, go check out that video. But if you're interested in hearing which figures I'm interested in and why, then make sure you stick around here. The one long shot on my list is the glow-in-the-dark Loch Ness monster, which is going to be with Funko Hollywood. And I don't see this one going online unless it's second market, which I'm pretty sure is going to be listed for triple digits, and I'm just not going to pay that much for it. I really don't think it's worth that, but it is a cool pop though. I really like the design of it. I like the fact that it's glow in the dark. I am kind of a sucker for glow in the dark, and I just like the Loch Ness monster in general. That, that whole legend. There's a lot of legends and myths that I'm really a big fan of. Ever since I was young, I used to check out those books that were just filled of filled with legends and myths, and yeah, I was always very intrigued by them. And when they listed the original one on the Funko shop, I almost pulled the trigger on it, but then I decided to wait because I know that Funko tends to do variants. And I was like, let me just wait and see if they do another variant that I'm more interested in. So I definitely like the, idea of a glow in the dark one. I still think they could do some other variants, maybe some different colors to it, maybe even a flocked one. I know that doesn't really make sense, but that's not going to stop Funko, and I like flock pops, when it comes down to it. And as far as color variants, like if they did, I don't know, maybe like one that's more straight up blue or a darker green or maybe even purple, even though some people might joke about that, calling it Barney the purple dinosaur or something. But I think that color would actually work well on this design. So yeah, I'm not going to stress over this. You can't have it all. And that's been my attitude for a long time. So I'm not going to stress over this. It'd be nice to have, but if I can't work that out somehow, I'll just wait and see if they do another variant that is easier to get, maybe on the Funko shop. Next up here, because I did break down and I decided to get the Johnny Rico pop from Starship Troopers, I'm interested in the Tanker Bug as well. And I didn't originally go for that Johnny Rico pop, but I saw it sitting around for a while and I took a closer look at it, and it just looks cool up close. And with Starship Troopers, of course, there's a lot of potential there, and I'm a fan of the movie. In fact, when I was in the military, I actually remember seeing Starship Troopers. I think I was like right out of basic training or so, and I checked it out. And yeah, it's just a cool movie, and it's one of those movies where it's sci-fi and it's kind of silly, but you can think deeper into it if you really want to. There are a lot of visual cues and things that kind of give you some things to think on. So it's just a pretty cool movie all the way around. And then with this Tanker Bug, Entertainment Earth, it's going to be shared with Entertainment Earth, and they actually did a video showing this off, and it just looks good. When you really see this from the different angles and in good lighting, it does look pretty cool. So yeah, I think this one is going to be kind of easy to get because it is probably going to be slept on, and it is a heavier price tag. I think it's going to run like maybe $25, but for me, if I could figure out a space, where to actually put it within my collection, I think it would be worth it. And I definitely want to see what else Funko is going to do with Starship Troopers. Only reason I have this listed as a maybe though is because I don't know if I see myself grabbing this immediately, and maybe my feelings will change, but more than likely this will end up in my collection eventually. Now, a strong possibility here, and this was not something that I thought of originally, but when it comes to Scott Pilgrim versus the World, I really love that movie. It's just a great movie, a lot of great characters within it, but the figures have been very difficult to collect because the majority of them have been on the Funko shop, and they usually sell out very quickly. I mean, this movie, it does have a following for sure. You could almost call it like a cult classic at this point. And yeah, it has a strong fan base. Maybe not be the largest fan base, but it is a strong fan base that will go for the figure. So I have not really been attempting to collect the pops because of how difficult they are to get. I think I only have two of them. I have the Ramona Flowers with the hammer, and I also had the Nega Scott, which was pretty easy to get. That was one that went with Hot Topic. And I did just order a Scott Pilgrim pop, which I will be sharing on my channel very soon. And at some point, I think I am going to pull the trigger and get Roxy Richter, because having Ramona Flowers with the hammer and not having Roxy Richter, I'll be honest, that does bug me. So I feel like I just have to get Roxy Richter at some point. I know it's probably going to be pricey, but I might have to go for that at some point. But yeah, these soda figures, the look of them, I think is on point. I just like the way that Scott and Ramona look here. And I'm not so worried about the chases. I'm not after the chases, really. You know, the ones that are more common are perfectly fine with me. Hopefully I can actually catch these on the Funko shop. I'm pretty sure I will be busy at work at the time, but I'll set an alarm and hopefully I can kind of step aside and get my order in for these. But yeah, like I said, I just like the look of them. I'm not a big fan of the soda figures thus far, but I think it really works well for these characters, especially when you think about them coming from a comic. Something else that's going to be on the Funko shop, and again, it might be difficult for me to kind of step away and get my order in for it, is Toad. Of course, you know, an X-Men villain here. I kind of have mixed feelings about this one. I mean, I like Toad as a character, although, you know, this is based around, I guess, his original costume, which looks kind of awkward to me. It reminds me a lot of Green Goblin. I mean, a whole lot of Goblins, so that kind of throws me off. I don't know, maybe they could have done something a little different with the coloring, but you know, other than that, the designs are pretty on point. I definitely like the, you know, the huge tongue coming out and that they have him in a leaping pose. So yeah, if I'm going to be able to get onto the Funko shop and, you know, get things into my cart and get checked out, then I'll go for Toad. If I miss him because I'm busy at work, though, it's not something I'm going to stress over. I already know there's going to be a lot more awesome pops on the way with the X-Men this year, so it'll be all good. Next up, we're getting into main wants here now. These are ones I'm definitely going for. Now, I know that this He-Man is just a variant, but it's a very, you know, it's a very cool looking variant though. He-Man, the slime pit variant, I think looks really awesome. I like that his body is actually, you know, somewhat transparent there. Looks like light will play very well with it. The head looks like it might be darker than the body, but that doesn't really matter to me. It's just a cool looking pop all the way around. This one definitely could have been, you know, glow in the dark as well, but not completely necessary. Yeah, when it comes to Master of the Universe, I'm definitely a big fan. I'm not necessarily a completionist because I don't have the vaulted ones, but as far as the newer ones, I'm definitely a big fan of them. I also really like the look of this Triclops as well. I definitely remember that character. Not sure if I ever had the original action figure, but yeah, I really like both of these figures here. They do have the pop heads as well for Master of the Universe. I'm not worrying about those. I'm not really big on the pop heads, but yeah, these two pops here, really awesome in my opinion. And then finally, my top wants for the convention include the God Emperor Dr. Doom. I think he looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to adding that into my collection, and I don't think he's going to be too difficult to get, you know, to catch up to. So yeah, that's going to be really nice to add into my collection and to sit along with the rest of my Fantastic Four figures. Also here, of course, Gambit. You know, there's already another variant of Gambit here, and I'm fine with that because I'm enough of a fan of the character for it to be worthwhile to me. I do have my pre-order in for the glow-in-the-dark Entertainment Earth one as well. Really looking forward to having that. And of course, when Rogue drops, I'm definitely getting Rogue. Might even get both versions of her, you know. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to, like I said, more X-Men figures being on the way. I think this Gambit is cool, and Zatanna is just a no-brainer. I've been saying it for a long time now. I really want a Zatanna pop. I think this one is instantly recognizable as the character. I know some people have been saying, you know, maybe they could have done something more creative with the design, and I can kind of agree, but at the same time, as long as it's recognizable as her, you know, immediately, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, these are my main wants for the convention, and I think I should be able to get these no problem. So I definitely want to hear from you all. What is on your list for Emerald City Comic Con? I know some people have shared previously, but please make sure you share on this video as well. I definitely want to hear your feedback. You know, which ones stand out to you, which ones are, you know, if you want to break it down the way I did with your long shots, your maybes and all of that, you can. But yeah, just share with me what you're interested in for this particular convention. Again, if you just want some information about the con, make sure you check out that last Funko News video. Hope you all enjoyed hearing my thoughts about this convention, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.